Hi, it's Kevin May, the Editor-in-Chief of PhocusWire here. One of our partner interviews, this time with OAG. Vipul Nakum, you're the Chief Product Officer at OAG, so thank you very much for joining us here in the PhocusWire studio. Now, I've been writing about OAG many times over the years, and it's generally been synonymous with intel or intelligence for airlines and airports. There's been a bit of a shift, isn't there, in the last few years or so? I mean, you're now going into technology per se, correct?
Correct.
And why?
Correct. So one of the trends we've seen is not only are our customers using our information around three pillars, right? And three pillars are helping our customers to grow their business, helping our customers to streamline their operations, and helping our customers to delight their own customers. And what was interesting, we've seen an increasing uptrend around how data is used to do all three, but there's a lot of disruption going on in the marketplace around new tech. And essentially, we've seen many more new customers come on board as OAG users that want to take our data and turn it into solving interesting traveler problems. And if you look at our customer base, we have a far greater number of travel tech customers today than we had 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
And we've seen the uptake be very powerful.
Okay, so give me some examples where you've been leveraging your intel to kind of drive the innovation yourselves and indeed with your customers.
Okay, so there's a few areas that come to mind. So for example, we have one of our customers, Boston-based startup called Lumo.
Yep.
They're doing some really interesting things around...
We've just named Lumo one of our Hot 25 startups to watch for 2019.
Absolutely. And they are doing really interesting things around predicting delay using machine learning. And all of that is powered by OAG data underlying. And they take data from other sources to really try and understand the traveler experience and what signals can they provide to travel management companies to delight their customers at the end of the day. And that's a very compelling use case around how data can be deployed, really ultimately a better experience in terms of ultimately the frictionless travel experience, which is what I keep coming back to.
And the role of the data, I mean, it is got so much importance, like the example you gave, right? So I mean, how do you think that a lot of the companies in the industry that you're talking to get how important it is?
We're finding that the market participants are recognizing the value of the data more and more.
Yeah.
And that value is not just about the data, it's about turning into what's the analytical layer we're going to put into that, on top of that, and then what's the insight or the intelligence we're going to put on top of that. So it needs to be given context. So just piping through big data doesn't mean anything. It's got to be turned into what does it mean for me and why? So what, who cares? That's the ultimate question.
Yeah.
So it's got to be translated, and that level of understanding is increasing amongst our customer base.
Okay, so you've made some big investments and commitments in technology. I mean, what else is on the kind of roadmap? You're the Chief Product Officer. So
Sure.
What kind of ideas have you got?
So there's a couple of things we're doing. So internally and externally. Let me talk about externally first. So not only are we working with companies like Lumo, but we're also formed a partnership with an accelerator out in Silicon Valley, Plug and Play.
Plug and Play, yep.
Yeah, Tech Center. We have met with many of the accelerator participants through their program. Okay. They are now seeing OAG as a source of information that they can now plug into solving customer problems that they're trying to solve. And they're trying to solve airport problems, airline problems, as well as traveler problems. So it's all about the journey and the experience. So we're trying to solve for that externally using startup engagements as well as entities like Plug and Play. Some of those solutions might come back into OAG as something that we might want to partner deeply and offer back out to our customers.
Okay.
Internally, we're pursuing more robust data analytics and extending into machine learning and artificial intelligence to around understanding where are the gaps in data, how could we liberate some of our data sets, join them up with other sources, and provide more predictiveness around, for example, demand side, route development. Where should my next routes be That's the question that the airline's asking. How could we use machine learning to find these uniquenesses around where we could be fitting in, as an
Do you
example?
think they would go so far to let machine learning decide on what the next route is for them?
No, we're not being prescriptive.
Yeah.
We're being predictive, i.e. we're not saying this is the route you need to build. We want to get to a much faster way of giving them the option, say, based on your aircraft that you have on your tarmac, based on your typical profile of routes, where are you flying, what's your hub, these are the options that could be a good fit for you. Now you can go and pursue those opportunities. So how do we get them there faster?
Yeah, okay. Vipul from OAG, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kevin.